So me and OG subscriber commenter Jason Reese was talking in the comments, and I'm a big purporter of parking your money in musical instruments. Right? I'm a big purporter of parking your money in music shit. Why? It has a long shelf life. Some shit has a very long shelf life. Like guitars, if you take care of them shits can last forever. You might have to do some upkeep. You might have to swap some parts and shit, but they can last forever, and it's not gonna be crazy to make it do that. Like shit like MPCs can last forever, bro. If you take care of them. MPCs are kind of different than guitars, right? Guitars, I hate when I see someone who in a midlife crisis mode just go out and buy guitars. They don't know how to play guitars. They're kind of too old to learn guitars because the old dog can't learn new tricks. But they want to go out and buy all these fucking guitars, you know? Because when you buy a guitar, in order for it to last like it can, you have to know the basic upkeep. For an example, right? The other day, I'm gonna take y'all with me. The other day, I went to play my bass, right? I noticed, because I don't play the bass very often, the action kind of fucked up. Ooh, don't fuck that up. So I had to do a truss adjustment on it. It's working perfect now. But that bass is also not something I'm using to park my money. Pretty much nothing that's on this shit right here is being used to park my money. Unless it's a scenario where, like, not an end of the world scenario, but a scenario where a lot of, like, musical instruments in general become a rarity. Other than that, you can't really park money in nothing like that. This is probably the best example of parking money. This right here. Give it 10 to 15 years, especially if things go way left in certain places, that'll be at least $600 more than it was when I bought it. At least $300 to $600. I would say at the very least, it'd be like $1,300, $1,200. So, but it's the thing that takes time. You know, it takes to get just like a few $100s worth of profit. First off, you have to buy something that's going to be very expensive. I've watched the patterns with shit, right? So like the Viper 400s that came out back in the day with the EMGs and shit haven't really changed in price. Because like even if there is scarcity and shit, the base price, it's not gonna move much from that. It's almost like the more you spend on a certain guitar, the higher the chance of profit margins being higher that there is. And it really only starts once you hit the 900 plus mark that there's any real chance that this is going to become worth more money. So like I told, because by Q1 2025, bro, I'm gonna have at least 2 or 3 more guitars. One's probably gonna be an Ibanez Iceman. The next one, I want the 7-string, the Iron Label 7-string. I want that shit real bad. Because I've always wanted Ibanez Iceman, and I need a 7-string. At this point, if I buy guitars, bro, it has to be something like, for the most part, it has to be something I don't have. And I will never be one of those people who buys an 8, 9, 12. Like, first off, one thing I'll never buy is a 12-string. It's pointless to me. Why do I want the strings doubled up? So I got 2 low E's, 2 A's, 2 D's, 2 G's, 2 B's, and 2 high E's. I don't want that. I don't even want nothing to do with an 8-string. But I want a 7-string because, like, certain shit you can only do with a 7-string. Most of the shit I'm trying to do with the Garbage Fire, I would like a 7-string for that. For a while, I was really stuck on get a 5-string bass. I don't really need a 5-string bass. You feel what I'm saying? It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have. But, you know what I'm saying? That'd be something like, for example, I don't really need another 6-string, but I really want another 6-string that's going to replace the PRS as my super strat. So I'm looking at either a Charvel or more likely there's a Ibanez Prestige that I really want. I want the orange one, the translucent orange. You know what I'm talking about with all the crazy numbers after. We know how Ibanez do their names, bro. That's what I love about them. It's the RG, RR, whatever the some shit. It's just orange. It's got a 5-piece neck. I love necks like that. I don't got nothing with a 5-piece neck. You know, the only like really special thing I have with a neck is the V, bro. And it's got it's got the shaved, it's not, what would I call that, bro? It's basically real shaved down on the middle of the neck, so it moves really fast. But I want something with a Nitro Wizard, something with a 5-piece neck. So this Ibanez that's orange, it's like $3,000. That's probably gonna be one of the ones I get first. Because I really want something that do the super strat, and at the same time, it's got, for example, it's got quick swap pickups. That's something that like, there's like a list of features I have that like, this has to at least have one of these features if I'm gonna buy it. Quick swap pickups is one of those things. A decent Floyd Rose is one of those things, although I do not like when, see, that's the thing, I don't like how everything has a Floyd Rose on it. Like, I wish there were more guitars that were super strats made by like Jackson, ESP, LTD, all that shit, that use the PRS type tremolo. Because that's a tremolo I really like. Because when you have a locking tremolo, yeah, it doesn't go out of tune, but it's a bitch to change strings on. And when they throw that word license in there, I hate that. I've like the worst experience with a locking tremolo I've ever had. There were two. One was not Floyd Rose licensed. It was just designed to look like one. It was this all red, looked like a Steve Vai 6-string, where it had the monkey grip. It was by a brand called Singer out of China. And I had this guitar sitting in a guitar store for a year. Because, actually, I think it was a couple years. Because I dropped it off for repair. They called me, said, well, here's the problem. The nut that's missing on the bridge is not a normal Floyd Rose nut. It is not the normal gauge. We can't get one. So you're SOL, basically. Unless you want to change out the whole tremolo and shit. So I waited a year because I was pissed. I went down and said, oh, we thought you forgot about this. We was about to sell it. I said, yeah, right, I believe you. So I got that shit back. It's sitting at my pop's crib right now. Another one was the Floyd Rose licensed one on the Music Main, like the EVH type thing I have. That shit, same thing, bro. Same thing. Piece of shit, bro. Piece of fucking shit. It's like almost like you guaranteed to break a string. If they could even find a way to do the Floyd Rose shit so you didn't have to cut the ends off where the shit normally loop through at, that'd be cool. But yeah, so for me, anything Floyd Rose, unless it's a good Floyd Rose, that's why I like Jackson and maybe LTD are like the excuse of like, okay, I would go for a Floyd Rose on this. But the thing is like, when you buy something, and that's why like people might be like, why would you buy all these expensive guitars? People probably be like, why don't you ever play the V? Well, first off, V gotta get some different strings on it. I mean, it works for what it has now, but also I would like to swap the neck pickup on it. The neck pickup, the Pasadena Bridge pickup is fantastic. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with that neck pickup, but it is what it is. So I'd like to change out for like a dime bucker or something on that. But with the Ibanez, the Iron Label Iceman will probably be the next one I get, the 7-string. And the reason I would get that is because, like I said, a 7-string is something I really want at this point. In my opinion, to do the garbage fire shit the way I want it to, I kind of need. And it's a $1,200 guitar. And when you start getting to $900 to $1,000 to $1,200, right, that's where it starts to become flippable. So I just figured I'd make this video for anyone, you know, throw this out there. I mean, for me, it's like this. I park my money in guitars, but only in guitars I'm going to use. You know what I'm saying? Because any guitar I buy is going to have to be something I'm going to use. And there's really only one, like I said, one guitar right now that's being used to park money in, right? The MPC one, you could argue is being used to park money in right now, right? 'Cause I don't use it all that much. I use it, but not all that much. But it's just enough to where, and because of how MPCs drop, it's enough to where it could accumulate value. Groovebox, synth, drum machine type things work a little bit different with how they accumulate value. Same thing with recorder decks. Like, I've seen the DP24 and 32s that I have go up and down like a motherfucking seesaw in value over the past like year. So, like, I always preach, like, it's good to park your money and shit, bro. It's good to park your money and shit. Like, just like make sure it's shit you gonna use. You know what I'm saying? So that's the PSA for the day. I got new content coming in a little bit though. I'm out this bitch.